down Saquon Barkley to the sideline. Barkley tiptoeing down the sideline, and here comes the speed. Barkley shoved out of bounds near the 20 by Kevin Byard.
All right, everybody, welcome. Barkley is back, and even better news, we are back. This is our new format. I hope you guys like it. I'm going to do my best to run through these with some great games. Let's start off with our first game of the week and of the season in the Madden 23 division. We got the Killer Jays, Jacob, going up against the defending champs, Nick, and the SoCal Bucks. Jacob comes away with a very close and impressive victory, 187 to 181. As we go through here, Saquon Barkley, as we said in the opening, he is back, 38 points. What a great pickup. Nearly 200 total yards and a touchdown for him on the ground. Jalen Hurts, outstanding performance. The only issue is he could have had even more points. He had 27, but they had 3 rushing touchdowns by all 3 of their running backs, so it kind of hurt his day. If not, he could have been in the 40s for crying out loud. On the other side, we got Nick, who, put a very valiant effort in a tough loss. But the SoCal Bucks, they fall to 0-1. His Steelers defense, 50 points. So the Steeler D almost helped him pull up a victory in fantasy, but they ended up costing Nick's Bengals the victory in real life. Jameis Winston going for that, eating that W with a great comeback against Atlanta. 24 points, 269, and 2 touchdowns. Outstanding performance in the loss. He's still one of the top scoring teams. We said this Madden 23 division is vicious, and they have 4 of the best teams in the league. You'll also see some things on the side. Most points scored. That's how we keep track of our President's Award. So there's the top 5 on the right. You got the bottom where we will talk about each matchup as we rotate and eventually come up to the next game. But as we go through here and you see Barkley on the left, you'll see a picture of him. That is where our player of the game will sit, and Barkley was everything of that. If you watched any of the games, we will have some highlights later. He did get an incredible 2-point conversion to seal the victory. This is so huge for Jacob because he started out last year with a loss and ended up biting him in the butt. He came back, and now he looks like the champion he could be. Let's get to our next game, NFL 2K23 division. And we got Dino Dan, as we said, ending a streak. Dino Dan, in a meaningful game, has not defeated my team since 2016 in the regular season. I beat him in the playoffs, and I had not lost since. So this has been a long time coming for Dino Dan. The streak is over. He started on a big streak. I went on a big streak. Let's see if he can return the favor and start a big streak going. He gets a 189. Now, some of these points I had to guess because I was making before the Monday night game was done. 137. Dino Dan, Cooper Kupp. What a deal. What a steal. 39 points. Player of the game easily. You see him there on the left. Carson Wentz dropped 40 points. 4 touchdown passes. Great game for Carson Wentz and Dino Dan. My team, Walker Rangers, Devontae Adams doing what he does. 10 catches, 141, 1 touchdown. He's QB proof. We saw Aaron Rodgers struggle. He looked great. Indianapolis defense in a tie against the Texans did get me 20 points. Nothing outstanding, but anytime your defense can wrap up 20 points, I will take it. Very tough loss. My team did not deserve to be in it, no matter who I played on my bench. Dino's Dan's team with the Javonte Williams as well, who did have a big Monday night game, looked outstanding. We said this might be a 2-team race, and Dino Dan looks like at the beginning of the season he could be one of them. Now here I messed up. This is not the Tecmo Bowl 22. I don't, forgive me, I made it at night. This is actually Madden 23 division. We talked about how good Austin and Eric, remember the 4 teams? This is a great rematch from last year as they came down the stretch. Eric pulled out on top and won that regular season title. Austin, not getting the hardware, but getting a little bit of revenge, coming away with the victory as he goes 187 to 164. Taylor made exactly what it was. Jonathan Taylor went for 34 yards, 161, and a touchdown. The Chargers defense, yikes, 6 sacks and 3 interceptions. They look so good. Big victory for Austin. Eric in the defeat still had player of the game, Justin Jefferson. I used to not award it to the losing team. I'm done with that. Justin Jefferson was too good. I think he's going to possibly break Cooper Kupp's record. In that offense, they had him everywhere. Look at that, 9 receptions. It could have been even worse, but they kind of pulled back to just try to run the clock on the Packers so they didn't make a mistake. Kyler Murray, 21 points. Not bad, but you'd expect more from Murray. We'll see what happens next time. Eric is actually 0-1. Once again, I messed up and put 1-0. But this is the Madden division. Big victory for Austin as he tries to keep up with Jacob. We'll talk more about the big matchup coming up later with Nick and Eric as both of them are 0-1. All right, back to the NFL 2K23, my favorite video game. I'm just waiting for it to come out. division as we get White's Chase Brown going up against who else but Mario, third time's a charm. Mario's made playoffs, but he's thinking third time's a charm. He wants that championship. He's not looking for playoffs. Christian's team, Jamar Chase with 30. Man, my eyes are killing me. 36 points, 10 receptions, 129 yards. Should have been the game-winning touchdown, but Fitzpatrick blocked that extra point, and it went to overtime. Christian Kirk, exactly why I wanted to draft him. I knew he would be so good. Trevor Lawrence is going to feed him all the time. 6 catches, 117. Great play by Christian as his team drops 166. Mario, Nick Chubb, solid game, 21 points. And the Titans D, 28 points. Look good. We did talk about in the podcast, Mario's team might at times depend how the Raiders do. You know, Derek Carr looked great, but the rest of the Raider offense, Renfro and Waller, they did not get as much. I mean, it'll change week to week. You can't base it off just week one. But if the Raiders offense struggles, it's really going to hurt Mario's roster, and we saw that this week because I think his roster on paper, week in, week out, will score more than 160 points and might even beat Christian in another week. But this week, White's Chase Brown. Chase was just outstanding, too good. Let's get to Tecmo Bowl, the real Tecmo Bowl 23. As we go to spoiler alert, I'm wondering if Brian's going to change that because he's not a spoiler alert anymore. He's an actual top team. He comes away with a victory, 178 over Steve's. Bishop retired, Sycamore 113. Spoiler alert goes to 1-0. Player of the game you see right there on the left, easily Michael Pittman. I talked about in the podcast, Matt Ryan, we know, can find wide receiver ones, and Pittman is that. 9 catches, 121 yards, and a touchdown. Russell Wilson on the Monday night game, 27 points, 340 yards, and a touchdown. Outstanding performance for both players. I really think they should have went for that. I could not believe they went for that kick. That's besides the point. Bishop Sycamore, Cordell Patterson, 29 points, outstanding. He may not be one of the top running backs. Maybe Steve got a gem there. But the rest of his team, other than the Bears defense, really didn't show us much. You know, that's the tough part. When your top 2 guys combined for nearly 60 points and you only drop 113, that means the rest of the roster did not show. So we'll see if he gets a better showing. Last year, Steve started out with a victory. Let's see if he can try to grab a couple the next few weeks. Big victory for Brian because he does have another very good opponent in his division, and he wants to try to win that because you don't want to compete for the wild card with that Madden 23 division. So nice victory right there. Let's get to the last game of the week, and who else would it be? Matt's team. We got to expect, not week in and week out, Matt's team will have weeks where it does not show up. But on paper, he got to keep his entire roster, right? He made a lot of trades so that a lot of guys couldn't do that. So this is so good for him. And he comes away with a 240, I want to say 44. I'm struggling to see it because it's so tiny on my phone. But 244 to 186 victory over Elijah. Elijah's team is legit. 186. We said this is a really good team. See, this is in the Tecmo Bowl. This is the one where I messed up. This is actually Tecmo Bowl, not Madden. But day late, Mahomes short. Mahomes, 43 points, player of the game. You can see him right there on the left. And then he stacks with Travis Kelce. No Tyreek Hill, so you're going to see a lot. This is the year to own Kelce. Oh, man, what a stack. As they go for, 75 points? Outstanding performance right there. He almost outscored Steve's team just alone. Josh Allen, 37 points in the loss for Elijah. DeAndre Swift, 32 points, 144 yards, and a touchdown. Beautiful game for DeAndre Swift. If I'm Elijah, I'm saying, hey, I might have to play Matt twice a year, and that's it, and maybe not even have to see him in the playoffs. So that's still a good thing. Let's get to our Come On Man. We're only going to do one video per week now. Here it is. Enjoy.
First offensive play of the new year. Rodgers going to unleash, going deep. Watson, the rookie, drops it. He was wide open. And
I love Aaron Rodgers. Look at Aaron Rodgers. Look right here. Classic. Come on, man. Christian Watson, you can't. That was a touchdown you dropped, bro. Better luck next time. He promised he would never drop another pass. Let's get to our player of the week. We are going to have a quarterback starting with Carson Wentz and Dino Dan's very own 40-point performance.
And dumping it off. Moving upfield.
Nice. Look at that. Take those yards all day. 4 touchdowns for Wentz. You know, and he struggled. He didn't look great at the beginning.
Wentz to throw. Firing and catch made.
Great catch by Gibson, by the way, which is playing absolutely brilliant after the first game for Eric.
Target at 6'6", for Wentz. Samuel dancing around.
Look at that, one of Wentz's 4 touchdowns. Great game for Wentz. Of course, the running back of the day.
Picks his way into the end zone, head over heels for the Giants.
Jacob
touchdown.
is loving that. I'm loving it. I have Barkley in almost every dynasty team. So loving about Barkley. I praised him all year, and now look at, we're seeing when the Giants actually give him the ball, look what he can do.
Wants the screen, has Barkley looking for a block, and Barkley caught. So it's been Richie James who has stepped up in the void as Barkley up the middle. Saquon Barkley.
If he doesn't stumble, he scores there. Oh, man, and thank God it went out of bounds. And, of course, our top receiver, who else but the guy who's going to break Cooper Kupp's records.
Makes a move inside the 20 and down to the 15. Cousins got a throw near side, caught for the touchdown. Jefferson.
Just some gritty boys, never meaning no harm.
He was going to allow Kirk Cousins to get up there in this sort of up-tempo style offense.
45 points for Jefferson to lead all 3 of the player of the weeks.
Pressure, steps away, Cousins loading up. We'll have to get deep. Jefferson, he's got it! Inside the 20, taken down inside the 15.
What a game. What a game for all 3 of our players of the week. Now we'll get to our game of the week. In the bottom left corner, you will see Dino Dan. Nothing but the best. If you want smoked meat, look up Dino Dan on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. Find him, and he will show you everything. Now let's get to our game of the week. Actually, game of the next week. It's got to be Team Tussle. Eric with a loss, going against the defending champs. Nick, SoCal Bucks with a loss. The importance of both is that, hey, you don't want to fall to 0-2 in this great division, right? We saw that Nick came away with it last year, so Eric's got a little chip on his shoulder. This is my chance to get revenge, put the defending champ in an 0-2 hole. You know, Eric doesn't want to fall 0-2 because he's still got a game against one more division game, and all 3 of them are tough. Eric's got Jefferson, Higgins, Pitts, Tyreek Hill. It might even come down to Tyreek Hill and Waddle, who has a better game, because Nick has Waddle. But he's got the elite, the better players, in my opinion, from top to bottom roster. Nick, though, does have probably the best quarterback of both teams going at it, and that is Lamar Jackson. Steelers D is outstanding, but with no TJ Watt, it might hurt him. Should be a good game. Can't wait. Thanks, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will look forward to seeing you next week.